So there's this bill I want to talk about that was passed in Idaho this past month. I think it was called House Bill 538. It was signed by the governor in Idaho, and it's a bill protecting workers in that state from engaging in compelled pronoun speech. This is basically saying if someone is trans or non-binary in the workplace or at school, and they want you to go by certain pronouns, that you don't have to do that. And there will be legal protections or something. I don't know. This is going to be argued in the courts because this is a tight line between free speech and discrimination, right? Because I'm trying to think how this is going to play out. I'm trying to think of real world scenarios where this bill is going to be, in play in situations. And I'm thinking about teachers applying for jobs in the state of Idaho. Like, if a question comes up in their interview for a job, what are they going to say? Like, if you're asked, what are you going to do if you have a trans or non-binary student in your classroom? What are you going to do? How are you going to answer that question? Are you going to say, I'm going to ignore them and not engage in compelled pronoun speech? Really? You're going to ignore a child in front of 30 or 40 other children in your classroom? It boggles the mind, like this in practice. Like, it's either that, or what else are you going to do? Purposely badger and discriminate against them by misgendering them? Like, in front of everybody? Like, if I'm an administrator in the state of Idaho and I have a teacher who follows this bigoted line, and I'm interviewing them and they're giving me these answers that are just obscene and absurd, I am not going to hire this person. It's going to be a level of desperation to hire someone like that, who is so bigoted, they're going to go out of their way to ignore a child in a job where it's imperative you communicate with children, or you're going to intentionally misgender a child and intentionally discriminate against a child in a classroom in front of other kids. Like this is so obscene. How is anybody with these views going to be getting jobs in the state of Idaho if they're asked these questions in interviews? It would be an automatic disqualifier. Because when you intentionally misgender somebody, you're discriminating against them. If you accidentally misgender somebody, it's not a big deal. It's not malicious. We're talking about intent here. It's not malicious intent to accidentally misgender somebody. It is malicious intent. It is discrimination when you intentionally seek to misgender somebody to spite that person against their preferred pronouns. That is an act of aggression. That is an act of discrimination. This bill just reads like nothing but a bigoted virtue signal. Like, I don't know how it's going to hold up. I really don't. I mean, ostensibly, this bill is saying, in the name of free speech, in the name of the First Amendment, you can be a bigot. That's all it's saying. It's just saying, we're going to protect your speech in the name of bigotry, in the name of discrimination, Is the First Amendment really for that? In the workplace and in school? Really? I don't think it is. There's so many people who abuse the First Amendment in this country, and transphobes are one of them. One of many. And this just passed, so it's like, man, I'm going to follow this bill. I want you to follow this bill. I want you to follow it and see if it ends up in higher courts, because this is nothing but a big virtue signal to the bigoted, transphobic, right-wing base in the United States. Say, we're on your side. The culture war, man. We're on your side. Culture war, bro. They got nothing. So they this is their trusty fallback. Bigotry. Freaking worthless. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about this bill. Have you heard about it? Have you read any of it? I hope you're having a lovely day. Feels like summer's about to start. I'm going to go for a walk, enjoy some nature. Leave me a comment down below.